It's a brand, you know. Black on everything, take a glance, you know. You can see it on my shirt, on my pants, you know. Had to make these motherfuckers understand, you know. I'm just saying it's about time we expand, you know. Take a stand, you know. Make amends, you know. Take a chance, you know. Black owned everything by the fam, you know. I put that on everything that I am, you know.
You know the saying, if you knew better, you'll do better. A lot of people ain't make it from where we came from, where it's too clever. Youngin' learns how to plant down on its own seeds, not a fruit better. Translation, you can only dumb your sound down if you let them do better. I'm the product of my poverty. Mama never owned property. The eviction notice landlord's game, that's the first form of monopoly. Found out I was indigenous to America, was a shock to me. Time to get my Aboriginal Americans out of poverty. Time to get it for real. Yup, we ain't gonna play no games with them. Linked up with some real hitters, that's where I'm from, with the same vision. Tulsa, OK, Greenwood, we gonna make it happen again. Aboriginal Wall Street, for my ancestors, we gonna make amends.
It's a brand, you know. Black on everything, take a glance, you know. You can see it on my shirt, on my pants, you know. Had to make these motherfuckers understand, you know. I'm just saying it's about time we expand, you know. Take a stand, you know. Make amends, you know. Take a chance, you know. Black owned everything by the fam, you know. I put that on everything that I am. You know. I done built your walls, I done paid your fines, I done made
you did enough.
while I'm barely getting by, I done slaved away.
Most of you feel hopeless and helpless.
Take it back my cream.
They done beat you down out here in this oppression. Now you're not only oppressed, you suppressed. Now wake up.
No more shaking hands. Man with a massive plan. They fear who I am. Trying to hide my identity.
These young brothers was throwing down on this song. Right here when I first heard it. So it's my little thing. I hope you guys enjoy this song too.
I'm just saying it's about time we expand, you know.
His name is Aboriginal, Ghost of Aboriginal Power. Young brother from down in the way.
Understand, you know. I'm saying it's about time we expand, you know.
Stand. And take a stand.
Take a chance.
Make some demand.
On everything for the fam, you know. I put that on everything that I am, you know. Take a stand, you know. Make amends, you know. Take a chance, you know. Fuck it, expand, you know. Black owned everything for the fam, you know. I put that on everything that I am, you know.
Yes.
Rest in peace, Dick Rolling.
Praise be to Allah. Salaam Walaykum. I am on my way. Got some chores to make. But I had to come before you because, you know, see, I don't be on the internet all the time. It might look like I am, but, you know, I have daughters, granddaughters. They be on my phone and things like that. And if I am on my phone or my internet, on my computer, I'm busy. I'm busy propagating and standing on my square in the name of Allah, Mesra Muhammad, and his messenger, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and the believers. And I ain't thinking about none of these cats. None of these cats. I'm talking about the believers that's coming, the youth, the Generation X, all of these, as they call us, right? All these brothers and sisters still in the streets coming. They coming. I know they are, because Allah gonna make sure they come, because he already said it and he prophesied about it. And so did Messenger Muhammad. And Allah's not gonna let Messenger Muhammad look stupid. So let me say this. I'm here for a few minutes to say this. The nation of Islam that these two men had, you see right here, Master Farah Muhammad, Messenger Elijah Muhammad, and me, and their followers, like myself, we don't have anything to do with what happened in New Orleans. We don't have anything to do with that brother. We don't know. I don't know nothing about that man. And if he was dealing with Farrakhan and his camp, then that's just that. But let's make it clear. Let's make it clear. I want to make it clear to America, to CBS, NBC, Fox, all the other media programs out here. whether it's on cable or on any other part of the net. The Nation of Islam, the real Nation of Islam that was headed by these two men, Master Farah Muhammad and Messenger Elijah Muhammad. Nothing about our philosophy, nothing about our theology has anything to do with what happened in New Orleans. So whatever y'all want to say, put it on Farrakhan. Put it on his Nation of Islam. Did you hear what I said? His Nation of Islam, not the Nation of Islam. Okay? So I don't want to hear it because we will not stand up and let it happen. I will call every news channel in the United States and let them know this is a lie. The Nation of Islam headed by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad had nothing to do with this. We do not believe in violence. We were taught not to even carry a penknife, if you know what that means. Okay? So it's no way nothing can be said today in their absence that would push any of us who are really following the guidance and the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad to go out and just run over some people. And neither would we shoot a bunch of people or stab a bunch of people. See, that's not this Islam. I just want to say that. I know we done had some terrible examples out here. But what Farrakhan is doing and any other these little splitter groups, no matter how large they are doing, it has nothing to do with Messenger Muhammad. Trust. Okay? Messenger Muhammad wouldn't push anyone to do anything like that or ask anyone to do it, and he wouldn't invoke anyone to do it, because when he taught us, it was righteousness. What he taught us was to get up and be better men and women so we can produce better families. Being with Messenger Muhammad, I declare, has been a thrill. It has been the greatest, passionate part of my life. Is loving Allah and his messenger and striving to walk with those who are walking on the path of righteousness. And like it says, that path today is narrow. Messenger Muhammad said you will hardly be able to find enough people to fit into a taxi cab in this day and time. And that is the truth. All praise is due to Allah. That's why I don't worry about it, because you tell the fruit by the tree. You can tell the truth. Yes, you can. You can tell the fruit by the tree is coming from. And them cats over there with Farrakhan and any other of these splinter groups they can't compare to the followers of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Can't compare. Say what you will. You can hate. You can be jealous. But you can't compare, okay? You can't compare because you're not getting the right stimulus to grow into a righteous Muslim in America. Because the only way you can do it is to come by these two men. And most of you reject them because y'all want to be Sunnis. Or you want to practice something similar to Sunni Islam. Well, that's not what we're doing here. In the nation, all the card-carrying members of the Nation of Islam that are still out here like myself, we are not affiliated with any temples, with any so-called study groups. We didn't have study groups back in the day, but the message was here. None of these splinter groups have anything to do with my messenger and my God, Allah. Okay? Yeah, I'm making it personal now because I'm the only one here. Me and my family, we're the only one here representing them right now in this place. So let me say this again. CBS, NBC, ABC, Fox News affiliates on the internet or wherever, leave Messenger Elijah Muhammad alone. Leave our God's name alone, Master Farah Muhammad. Leave the followers of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad that's still standing today alone, because we know that the Nation of Islam doors closed in 1975 on February the 26th. Messenger Muhammad left us on this planet February the 25th, 1975. The next day when his son took over, it was no longer the Nation of Islam. So you haven't seen the Nation of Islam, the real Nation of Islam, because today, the true believers like myself, we know what time it is and we know what we're doing and we standing on our square. We ain't always got to be out here like that. And now Allah has blessed me once again to come before my people over our new channel called The Real Nation of Islam Show 2025, because here we're going to show and prove. Bring me anything I said that was wrong and we can talk about it. But you can't. You know why? Because none of you were there. None of you were there. It's very few of us still here that's live and walking and talking on this planet. Very few. Okay? And we're not going to be bothered with no foolishness because we know the truth. So we don't have anything to do with Farrakhan's camp, anything to do with Silas' camp, anything to do with any of these cats' camp. We don't have anything to do with it. Salaam Walaykum. Salaam Walaykum in the chat. Yes, we have to come forth. Salaam Walaykum, hon. Yes, we have to come forth because I'm not abreast. I don't keep up with the news. I don't even watch the news. I don't watch the news. I pick up knowledge from other people that I associate myself to. Hold on. Excuse me, that was fun. They have to wait. Nevertheless, I don't associate with myself with all that foolishness. If you're a true believer following the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, you're not in any of these groups. Why? Because he said to us, don't let them divide you into sets. Okay? If you're a true believer, we should all be as one. And I'm sorry, but these people who call themselves dealing with Philadelphia, Atlanta, Detroit, Chicago, LA, and all this, first of all, y'all ain't even wrote the right letter. Most of you haven't even wrote the right letter to even claim to have your ex, to claim to be in the Nation of Islam. So let's start there. Most of you came out of Farrakhan camp. You were already touched by the hypocrite, so you already hypocritical. You don't know nothing but what he taught you. You don't know no example but what he gave you. See, I don't. I seen the example of this man, Elijah Muhammad. Not just when I saw or heard him, but when I seen my daddy and my mom. I seen Elijah. What about you? And then all this time, y'all been thinking y'all doing something. Out here debasing the members of the real Nation of Islam who's standing with the messenger. You know, Farrakhan got y'all going around calling us old timer. Do I look like an old timer to you? Huh. Talking about we old timer, like we bitter and hateful. No, I don't care what Farrakhan do. We dealt with Farrakhan long enough to know just where he coming from. Okay. That's why we stopped dealing with him. Because, he was doing something so great that, we felt, what? I didn't feel left out of nothing. I ain't never felt left out of nothing. I left because I didn't want to no more associate with the hypocrite. Because once I found out who he was, and I seen it, and it was affirmed to me by Allah and his messenger, I no longer wanted to deal with it. And so I did and stopped dealing with it. And I didn't have to go all that stuff. Because they already knew who I was. My father was a brother captain. Very well known. Very active. And very close to the royal family of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. As well as... So everything happened on time, though. I have said things. I have been on podcasts and been on other channels, and we have spoken about the Nation of Islam. I have candidly came out and said, everybody, every channel, every person who ever denigrated our messenger in the Nation of Islam, whoever talked about Allah, Messenger Muhammad And you know who you are, but everybody gonna know soon. All the people all off into the 5%ers and the nations of God, urban, all these other splinter groups that's dealing with our knowledge, our supreme wisdom. Everything they say, the lessons are that come right out of the Nation of Islam. I don't know if you knew that. And yet they want to sit up and denigrate Allah, Master Muhammad, and his messenger. And then go around dropping their soup science, bean soup science, I would say. I don't even know if them people eat bean soup. So we're going to say it, pseudo-science. Dropping that as though they greater than Master Muhammad, greater than the messenger, and they know so much more than what Master Muhammad taught. Trying to take Master Muhammad's teachings, the lessons, and all this, and try to flip it and flop it and make it seem like they really talking about something. It's sad. But look at what's happening today. The government of the United States is trying to implicate the good name of Allah and his messenger into this debacle down here in New Orleans, trying to imply that maybe something about our philosophy has something to do with that man doing what he do. First of all, I seen two different people, two different pictures. They didn't look the same to me. So I don't know what's going on, but I do know this. I know they will do anything at this time because they know it's time again. They know it's time again for people to wake up and start praising Allah again. See, right here in America. They know that's the time because it's already started. And they trying to stop it. They trying to stop you. You. Look yourself in the mirror. If you was even interested or you want to become part of your nation and be involved in the true Nation of Islam as taught by our messenger, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, from everything he got was from Allah, God, the Almighty, true and living Master Farad Muhammad, so that we would know what time it is. And like he said in his video, The Starry Crown, he had to make sure we know this truth or we would die like fools. And we have been in some way. It's been hard. Watching all the killing of them on us, and then how we've been out here killing ourselves, each other. But Allah's the best Lord. Nothing happens without his permission. So listen. Don't be fooled. Don't you know anything? Every time something good comes along for us, they try to kill it. And they said they would. You should be reading. Master Muhammad put in the message to the black man. He talked about this speech that Henry Berry wrote back in 1832. It is very, very relevant today. I suggest you pull up that speech. It's called the Henry Berry Speech, 1832, Virginia legislation. Back in those days, they was having some kind of political talk, and we was all up in the midst of it. Our ancestors back in the 1800s. That's what it was about. Go read it for yourself. Like I said, I'm not going to give you the benefit of my research and my work because I did that for me and mine. You have to do it for you and yours. I'm here for you. We can work together. We can read together. We can research together. We can study together. But like I said, this was his job, Elijah Muhammad. I'm just a plain and simple one. What am I warning you to up today? You better turn back to Elijah. You better turn back to your messenger so he can lead you back to God. You better want to become part of your own so you will find some safety and protection in it because that's where it's at. And I just, my heart go out to all the brothers and sisters and the children that are going to die, perish in this day. The war has begun. It hasn't got hot over here yet, but it's hot over there. It's hot over there. And when it get hot over here, guess what? It's going to be too late for it. So I've been trying to tell my sisters, at least since 2019, I've been telling them all along because the sister captain, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to make sure people keep the law. You enforce it by sharing it and letting sisters know what they should be doing and what they shouldn't be doing. Okay? But no, you want to listen to everyone else except for your sister captain that was born and raised and bred up in the Nation of Islam under the leadership of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And I don't care nothing about no sister Captain Burnett. I don't care nothing about all of that. Okay, I don't have time. Because in the nation, that's one motto we have. We are quick thinking, fast moving, down to the modern times. So everything changes. Whatever them sisters was doing back then has nothing to do with what's today. For real. We into the GCC. We already been taught MGT. If you don't know MGT by now, then that's your problem. We should be into the GCC. And if you don't know what that means, then you don't even know what you should be doing. I know what it means. And that's what I'm doing. That's why I say consistently, you don't need to write no letters. You don't need to go through all that. That was not meant for this day. Because our messenger is not here. And Allah is not dealing with anyone else that if you write a letter, it will even get to him for him to even say, yeah, this one of ours. And that's what it was all about. You can take it or let it go. Okay? So I'm going to say it again. I came before you all to say, y'all don't link up Messenger Muhammad. This will not happen again. And every believer out here that's really called themselves a true believer, who really say they standing on the square of Islam, square of truth and righteousness that the messenger taught us. Because whether you know or not, he was the true and new Qibla, like he taught us everything. The sun would be shining in the west. Well, here we are. Are you shining? Are you shining? Are you radiating any heat? Let me tell you, the sun is shining in the west. That's why they keep talking about Islam over here and all this. If you don't see the manipulation that's coming, and why is it coming? To keep you from wanting to join on to your own kind, which is like people like me, who can give you the right tools to start your journey on this real road home. That's what it is. Only through the Honorable Elijah Muhammad will you find grace, favor, protection. Only through Elijah will you, black man and woman in America, find peace and contentment. Because this is our home. This is our home. This is our home. The Nation of Islam in the wilderness of North America that was founded in 1975. By the end of 1975, it was tore down. It's just the way it was. But does that stop one who inherited all this knowledge and wisdom and understanding from our messenger to be a black man and black woman in America, embracing their Islam and living this life? Does it keep us from stop doing that? No. The messenger said it will come a day when there would be no need to point to a temple, a building. You would be the temple. You would be the truth. You would be the righteous Muslim walking around. We are a nation now, worldwide. A nation wide over here. But then it extends everywhere. Why? Because that's what Messenger Muhammad said it would do. The light now is shining in the west. The sign of truth of the Islamic practice is going to be shining in the west. Take it or leave it. So we don't kill people because God said, thou shalt not kill. So we don't kill people for any reason. Just like all that hoopla in the 60s, lying on the Nation of Islam saying that, see, that was the government. That was the CIA and all them. hating on the messenger and our people, trying to rise up out of the darkness. They hated on us like they always do. They don't want us to be nothing but absorbed in what they're doing. But that's not who we are. You didn't make the Italians do that. You didn't make the Greeks do that when they came over here. You didn't do that to the Hungarian people when they came over here. You didn't do it to the Spanish people when they came over here. You let them be who they are. That's why you got, you didn't let the Chinese, you didn't make the Chinese, or the Japanese, or the Koreans. That's why they got all their little Korean town, Chinatown, West Indian town, Italian town, Little Italy here. But where is the so-called Negroes, the original Aborigines of America? Where is their anything? Just ask the question. And then we had it. When we had the Nation of Islam, your grocery store, your foundry, your business building, your University of Islam school, your restaurants, Salaam restaurants here, they hated on us. Didn't want us to do nothing. And even during the 30s and the 20s, when Black people had beautiful, thriving neighborhoods and cities and towns, they drowned us out. See, stuff like this make me want to cry, but I'm not going to, because I'm not helpless and I'm not hopeless. And I know that everything happened to lead us to the day, and the future is so bright. It's going to be so beautiful. And for me, it already is. When, you know, they promised us good home, friendships in all walks of life, money, and a car and cars. Praise be to Allah, He has blessed us. But well, we're going to sit back. How many of you still going to sit back and let the United States move again on us when it's not us? Just like they have blamed the Nation of Islam for killing Malcolm X. That was a lie. And now the whole truth has come out. Do you know that? Are y'all here understanding that like you did? All my people around in all the neighborhoods, rah-rah Siskambon, that the Nation of Islam killed Malcolm. And it was not the truth. And we said it wasn't the truth back then, but you didn't want to believe. Because you're so easily led, you're sheeple. Just like people say, you're sheeple. So don't be a sheeple this time. Because this time, the loss is going to be quick. And the loss is going to be very, very, very solid. The loss today, if you turn on the Nation of Islam, if you turn on Elijah Muhammad today, and if you denounce and degrade and demean Master Farah Muhammad today, your reward is going to come quickly. It's going to come quickly. Okay? So join on to your own kind. We're here for you. The Real Nation of Islam show is what we're going to be showing and proving. Now, we talked about yesterday, the other day when I was on, I showed you the difference in the two letters. If you wrote that letter saying, I heard one of your ministers 2 or 3 times coming to the temple, and I decided I want to join because I believe in what they said, then you didn't write the original letter. You know, and understand something. Farrakhan, in his evil, he know just how far he better go. He know how far he better not step over the line. He knows this. So he really knows what to use and what not to use. And that's why him and his staff came up with that letter. Because the letter that had Elijah Muhammad's name all in it, y'all couldn't get that one, and you didn't get it. And again, where's your name going? After you write your letter and go to these goofy ministers or whoever they are, and you recite and get your X and everything, where your name going? It's going out in the atmosphere or something? Is going in the atmosphere, or it's going on a ghost book of life? Because it's not getting registered in the Lamb's Book of Life, because that book disappeared when Master Muhammad disappeared. Okay? So what are you doing? Miss Muhammad told us what to do. I keep repeating this in the message to the black man. I keep repeating this in the Our Savior Has Arrived. I keep repeating it's in the fall of America, if you but understand. See, this ain't something you can just come like the churches. You go, you do what you want to do all week, and then you go to church on Sunday. You might go to prayer meeting and all this stuff and choir meeting. I don't know. I mean, I really don't. I don't know, but I don't know. Okay. This is your religion, your lifestyle, your life, your being. You understand? So we don't take this off after we come out the temple on Sundays and put it up on the shelf. We didn't. And today, now it is about your faith that will sustain you. See, the believers who are out here that's just standing on their square, like myself, not being affiliated with no groups and no temples and masjids and mosques and all that stuff, but living the life of the culture that was given to us by our messenger and his God and our God. Okay? That's what I live. I live. Because if you really knew, everything we was taught to was a nucleus to build a culture for us that will last for the rest of time. This wasn't no plaything. And I see you people out there playing with. So now, ABC, CBS, NBC, Fox News, and all the rest of your news affiliations on the cable, internet, or otherwise, leave the Honorable Elijah Muhammad's good name, leave Master Farad Muhammad's good name, and leave the good name of the Nation of Islam alone. Leave it alone as it is, ascertains to me, my messenger, and Allah, and the true real Nation of Islam that was destroyed in 1975, February the 26th. Okay. Other than that, whatever you say about Farrakhan, whatever you say about what he's doing, his people, his temples, those are not the temples of the messenger. Just very few of them even have the charter number that the temples had when the messenger was here. Most of these places are not in the right places. The temple numbers are being held by the right people in the right cities or state. I don't know what's going on and do not care. I don't care what those people are doing. It's only at times like this, and in the past, I had very little to say because I did not understand some things. But now I fully understand. I'm not a little girl, a little young woman anymore. I'm a mature woman. Not in age, in maturity, in my mind. The knowledge and wisdom and understanding Allah has blessed me with through his messenger. And even through the example of my parents and Sister Clara Muhammad can't be matched. I'm not worried about a thing. I'm standing defending the truth at all costs, like Mr. Muhammad said. And there's no way you can be making actions of the future and you're still trying to make actions of the past. It won't work. That's why we true believers know it's something else that had to happen. And some of us died, not really truly maybe fulfilling what we really wanted to do, but we tried. But you know what? We wasn't on time. A lot of things we wanted to do, it wasn't time. I think it was really time for us to just stand and hold our peace. Move how we had to when we could. Allahu Akbar. So now we know what time it is and what must be done. We got to stand on our square. We got to keep our faith in Allah, keep our faith in our messenger and his example, and hold on to God's unchanging hand by standing strong and stand strong on that which we have been given. See, you went wrong when you went out here and started reading all these different, listen to Sermon and John Henry Clark and all them people. Them people ain't got nothing to do with this here. Nothing. And Master Muhammad told us. You missed this one? Did you miss it? Okay, I'm getting ready to tell you. You don't need to be out here reading every book that's ever been made about our so-called sojourn on this planet, because none of them were truly actual and factual. Just sound good. It took y'all all in a maze, and it really turned all of y'all back around into the darkness, because you got out there and got lost again. So, you know, the 85% disbelievers that's out here, I'm going to say it like this. It's not just they disbelieve, they lost. So out of that 85%, the message says still was in the street. Some of his believers, some of the followers, some of those who will wake up to their righteous state of being and want to be with their righteous brothers and sisters and walk therein. That's where we at. That's where we at today. And all you got to do is let it be known that you want to be about this, and link up with your brothers and sisters that are already down and about this. And then we all start working together and growing together. That's what we do. So all praise is due to Allah. Just came to say those few things. Don't let them debase our nation again, because I can see that that's what they want to do. It's time for a surge of people to embrace Islam and to love their God and their messenger again, and bring praises of Allah on this planet again, because it's been a whole long time. Not been no praises to Allah on this planet since 1975. If you understand what I'm saying. We ain't been saying all praises due to Allah for the honorable Elijah Muhammad. Y'all been saying Farrakhan, Silas, Ahmadi, whoever else y'all been talking about. We ain't been talking about Allah and his messenger. Because they don't have no associates. Okay? They don't have no associates. So if you praying and you putting anybody else's name, when you say I'm praying in the name of the honorable Elijah Muhammad, you putting anybody else's name, then you wrong. Shame on you. So I might get back with you a little later. I got to go. Got some errands I got to run. You know, I'm still a mother, grandmother, you know. I have things I have to do with my family and for my family. All praises due to Allah, that Allah blesses me that I can even do anything for my family in this day and time. So I might come back later. I don't know. If not, I'll see you Sunday around 8 o'clock. I will make the notification so you can see, you know. And like and share this video to other brothers and sisters can hear. This is not the time to get weak. This is not the time to shut your mouth and be walking around mute. It is time to let people know, if you are really indeed a Muslim follower of the honorable Elijah Muhammad in the wilderness of North America, if you are truly a Muslim in the real nation of Islam, or you want to be, then don't let this society again debase, defame, and use their propaganda machine against the real essence of what these two men were about, and use all these lies against the true, beautiful, honorable name of the Nation of Islam. Okay? Make the distinction for yourself. Let them know that's Farrakhan and his people. That's not us. That's not the messenger's people. That's Farrakhan and his people. Or it could be Mahdi and his people. Or it could be Son of Man and his people. Or it could be Silas and his people. But it's not Elijah and his people. Okay? That's what it's not. Praise be to Allah. So, government of America, President Trump, I heard what you said. I understand you want America to be a country for Christianity. I understand that. I don't think it's going to happen. But in the meantime, in between time, sir, President Donald J. Trump, Don't include the true followers of the messenger out here like myself, who are not affiliated with any of the things that y'all used to see of the Nation of Islam, because we're not there. That's not happening anymore, sir, Mr. President, government, news affiliations. We who follow and who was with the messenger before he passed in 1975, we have nothing to do with what all you see out here, what all these other branches, or I don't even call them branches of the Nation of Islam, because they're not. These were what these men wanted to do, and these are their organizations, and they're running the way they want to. And that go for all the other so-called temples or study groups that you hear about or know about as well, government, because I know you know who I'm talking about. I know the CIA and the NSI. I know all of y'all know who is who and what is what. We know that because our messenger told us that you would. Well, know this. Don't lie. Don't fabricate. Don't use your propaganda machine on us. And again, on our good name of the Nation of Islam, because we still the righteous nation of Islam in America. We don't need no buildings, no temples, no masjids for you to point to and say, oh yeah, that's the nation. No, we are here. And we're living in our Islam state in America, period. The whole America. Wherever we go, we are the Nation of Islam. And we represent Allah and his messenger. So don't put that on us. You deal with Farrakhan and his people. You deal with Son of Man and his people, whoever it is that might be affiliated. What this man did down in New Orleans, sir. But President Donald J. Trump, don't try to put it on Elijah Muhammad. Don't try to put it on his leader, teacher, and guide, his God, which is my God. And don't try to put it on any of the believers who follow just the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, okay? And no other. And not out here trying to be like Farrakhan or Khalid or anybody else, okay? We true followers know what time it is and what must be done, and that's what we're doing. Against all opposition. Against all opposition. I got one more thing to say. I am going to be talking about my sister. I want to give a tribute to her. I have to find out the rest of the information about her. I'm talking about Sister Rashida Shabazz, who I feel like has been a casualty of war. I love my sister. I miss her presence on the planet. But this is what happens when you don't know what you're doing, and when you don't know who you should be dealing with, and you don't know what direction you should be traveling in this Islam. So she became a casualty of this war to me. And I miss her so much, but that I won't let anyone just forget about her. And however they hit you, if you're guilty, you're just guilty. But if you're not, then you're not. And it shouldn't be a problem. So I'm going to get around to that, because on this channel, we're going to give homage to our own. What it says, Supreme Wisdom, they must have a thorough knowledge of their own. And we thank a God that he made sure we had it. And I thank Allah that he made sure he gave it to a man with a pure heart that would put his life on the line to make sure we out. Same thing. Amen. Amen. So listen, we're going to start. I want to do a tribute to her soon, but I got some more research to do. And sorry about that, brothers and sisters. And beloved, we're going to start really. I'm talking about really. Now I'm giving y'all time. I'm only giving the believers time that know the channel, have come to the channel. I ask you to go back and bring other people to the channel. Because this gonna be, just like with the messenger when he first started teaching. He had a whole lot of people with him. It was a gradual thing in the 30s. And then when he got to going real good, and I've been there before, then something happened. He had to fall back. And then when he had to go through that 7-year run on it for his life, hey, been through that, you got to fall back sometime. But when he came home from jail and he began to start teaching that time, everything went full force. Beautiful. And he was always successful anyway. But then the nation just rose. It just shot up like a shooting star from the ground, not from the sky. So, praise be to Allah. Everything gonna be just fine. It's gonna be successful. So, haters, keep hating. Liars, keep lying. But Allah gonna have this real Nation of Islam ship, the show that's on YouTube, that's gonna be reaching all four corners for Allah to make sure his people that's still in the street gonna have a light. I'm gonna be like that harbor light out there on the edge of the crust of the planet. That before you get off into the water, I'm gonna be that lighthouse, shining bright and as a beacon for my people who want to really be saved, who want to know what time it is and what must be done, and who want to really truly praise Allah and his messenger. Okay, that's what time it is. It's time for the praise of God to come back on the planet. It's been gone. It's been dark for a while. So help me. If you don't do nothing but put this video on your page, or you make your own video and just say, hey, United States of America, President Donald J. Trump, and all your news affiliates and government, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and his true followers have nothing to do with what happened in New Orleans. Put that on who it was. If anything, it was Farrakhan in his camp, or it could have been some of them other people in their camps. But it surely was not one of us. Amen. Because we do not deal with violence. All praises due to Allah. Have a wonderful day. See you soon. Like I said, I might come back later, or I just might wait until Sunday. It just, I move how God moves me. I move how Allah and the messenger move me, because I do have two backing me up. You see them, don't you? And that's figuratively, but it's also spiritually, physically, and emotionally. Amen. Salaam Walaykum. Talk to you soon, okay? ABC, CBS, NBC, Fox News, leave Elijah Muhammad's good name. Leave Allah, Master Prophet Muhammad's good name. Leave the good name of the real Nation of Islam from 1930 to 1975 alone, because none of this has anything to do with our philosophy or our theology. Amen. Salaam Alaikum. Salaam Alaikum until later. Be safe, be strong. Pray to Allah for protection over you and yours in the seen and unseen. Alhamdulillah.